Look, there's nothing more embarrassing when your TNT traps don't work. You know, you trap your friend and all that good stuff, and then when they get trapped, the trap doesn't activate or the TNT doesn't explode, and it's really, really awkward. And you are the person, you know, who feels shame and stuff. Look man, I took a leave. I was like, studies are more important, let's forget Minecraft YouTubing, but I just couldn't bear the embarrassment that people are, receiving. Their traps don't work, and I'm like, okay dude, I gotta get in, you know, I gotta fix this problem. I gotta teach people how they work. So here's the video. So we have a lot to cover. I've made a few personal designs as well, and you're gonna learn everything there is to know about TNT Minecarts and stuff like that. Let's go. So the first thing you should do definitely is go to the Minecraft wiki and read about it. But if you're too lazy like me and you need someone to make a video like me, this is pretty much all you'll need. So first of all, there are two ways of detonation. There's one with a delay and there's one without a delay. And the one without a delay is the reason that we use, these things, minecarts with TNT. And they're two different things, like they work separately. So let me explain how each works. So first we'll look at some designs with a little bit of delay, and then we'll go on to the deadly ones with with insta damage. Yeah. So let's talk about this. So basically we'll start with the standard activated rail. This is how it was intended to be used. Look at this. So it goes over the activated rail and oh, so you thought this would work, huh? A common mistake that people make, the activated rail has to be powered. Look at this. So now it's ignited and now it will explode. You have to wait for it. So this is what I was talking about, the delay. There's a certain delay when you use activated rails and things like that. So remember that these have to be powered. If you're ever using activated rails, this has to be powered. The next way it explodes is when it is destroyed by fire. Now you'll see that, yeah, that happens. So there's a random delay from 0 to 1.9 if you don't use the 1.9 seconds, if you don't use the activated rails. So yeah, just be wary of that. You can look at it again. So there's a random delay. That time it was really less. This time it's probably like 1.9. The average delay is about a second. Lava also works. You can put it into lava. So I don't know, if your friend has like a nether base, you can just dispense it into the lava, and just remember that lava shields blocks from damage, so it won't blow up their base, but it can still do damage to them. So but be careful, because lava will destroy the items. So now let's look at the ways that it instantly explodes. This is the good stuff. So the most used method, apart from the one that I'll tell you later on, is this method where the TNT minecart falls. So it has to fall more than 3 blocks. This is 4 blocks deep, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will fall 4 blocks and it will just explode instantly. Have a look at that. As soon as it hits the ground, it explodes. So so this could be used in, suppose, a ceiling. So maybe you have like a ceiling. Your friend has a ceiling, but be careful that actually this has to be properly aligned. Otherwise, it won't fall through. So you have to align it to the ceiling, because a single block hole here, it won't fall through. Okay, I'm just going to do a showcase. I don't want to, but yeah. So you see that didn't fall through. So what you can do is you can align it properly using blocks, and now even if it's like a 1 by 1 hole, it will fall through. So this is another thing, a common mistake I see people make when they use ceiling traps, is that TNT minecart just doesn't fall because they assume that it will go through this 1 by 1 space, but it doesn't. So you have to align it like so, and now it will fall through, right? So remember that when you're making your traps. You can do all sorts of tricks like pistons and stuff like that, but I'm just showing you the basic concepts so that you can actually make these and have them not fail. That's the major reason I come back and explain this. So as you can see, it explodes. So remember to like align these, common mistake. The next thing that I have not seen many people use is actually so if a TNT minecart makes a very sharp turn, and if it was going in this direction and there's the block or an entity that collides with the box, at the turn, it explodes instantly. And this is not something I've seen many people use, but it can be used and it is really, really good. So what you can have is just place that and see, it instantly explodes. It's a really, really effective strategy if you want your friends to like instantly suffer. So yeah, let me quickly show that to you again. That you don't need that much. You only need one powered reel and it works like a charm, man. So look at this. If you just push it a little bit, it just explodes. It's brilliant. This is really handy trick that you can use as you can see, if you do this, or like just put your name there, you can enchant whatever you're holding with an enchantment. So you can just do that, and now as you can see, my bow will have flame. And if you're in creative, you actually don't need arrows in your inventory for this to work. They just work. So if you hit a moving minecart with a flame arrow, it works. Clearly, as you can see, I'm not really good at this. So now let's look at the ones that I've seen around YouTube. All sorts of people make videos using these kind of techniques. I'll just explain to you the basic concept of these. So what you have to have is basically 2 minecarts, and they have to just activate, and it just works. So basically what this works upon, the principle upon which this works, is that there has to be like a collision with a velocity. So they're hitting something, but because they have like entity collision as well, so it gives them a little bit more velocity, and I think that is the reason it explodes when it hits the block. Now it's crucial that it does hit the block. It does not work if you just have it set up like following. You can't just have like 2 minecarts, and this won't work. You have to give them like a little bit of space to go off track with some velocity and hit a block. And they have to be 2 minecarts so that they have some kind of entity collisions. Okay. So another way to make it even faster is using fence posts, not gates. You can use all sorts of things, but you can, I think, probably use glass panes as well. Not tested those, but it should work in my opinion. Basically, have 2 minecarts. The way you place 2 minecarts is first you place one normally, and then you focus on the minecart rail track, and you see that hitbox coming up. You place it again on that, and then just any form of input would work. As you can see, that would work easy. So now this is the kind of the design that I have come up with for door thingies. So what a lot of people have problems with are these door traps, and the setups are incredibly complicated. We have to stack the minecarts here and they fall and stuff like that. I'm not going to do any of that. We're just going to use this basic principle, and it's going to work like a charm. So this is quite a simple design. All you need to do is quickly just open the door, and bam, it will explode. Obviously the things don't explode because I have made sort of bedrock. This is bedrock texture for me. I actually have the vanilla tweaks texture pack for like a smoother bedrock. Let me quickly do a tutorial. So first of all, they would have like a pressure plate. So let's put the pressure plate there. Now some people are fancy and they have their doors like this. Does not matter, like they place it from the inside, so there's like some extra depth to the house. Does not matter if they place it like that or if they place it normally the noob way like that. So the door opens like that. You have to be careful that now you place an observer facing the door, right? So like the face is looking at the door. Keep that in mind. So now that goes into a block there. Out of that you will probably place something like this. So you place 3 redstone dust like that. You break the middle one, then you put a repeater upon 3 ticks right there. You place your power rails right there. Now the next thing that is really important is to put a fence gate right below, a fence post right below the observer. This is the collision mechanism, and then don't forget to actually put this there. You can have a target block there probably, but this is just something that everyone would have. This is a much easier setup. And after that you can just simply have the TNT minecarts stacked here. You can have as many as you want, to be honest. I'm just gonna place 2 right here, and as you can see, I placed 2. So the way you know that it's 2 is because the shadow will get darker the more minecarts you place. Look at that, the shadow gets darker. Finally, we'll just test this to show you this works. Remember, 3 ticks facing this way, and now remember to not use the door, because if there's any update to this door, it will activate. Open the door and bam. And it destroyed my last demonstration. So another useful command that you can perform here is the kill all entity type equal Minecraft items. When you have like a lot of items laying around, and that will kill all these items that are laying around. Now let me quickly fix my demonstration, and as you can see here, you can also use fire charges to ignite TNT minecarts. Okay, poor decision, no. Okay. Another quick demonstration. Let's just blow everything up. So we got that there, and then we got another one right there. As you can see, when they crash, one explodes, the other one explodes as well. If you have watched till this point, it clearly means you have enjoyed the episode. Please consider hitting the subscribe button, because I don't have my parents' approval, so I need yours.